there's a program already running as ADAK, and then you enhance focus in a particular area. So the funds which came were just to emphasize, to bring in more action on the athletic side. But it assumes that the foundation is laid, that ADAK is continuing with its operations. So right now the question we're trying to address is even the basic operations of ADAK cannot be funded.
It means that then the government has to reinstate funding or give us more funding. We have to show that at least we have tested and educated these athletes for a couple of months, at least a month or two, and satisfied the World Anti-Doping Agency. Depends on when they declare as non-compliant, and it depends on how fast the government then acts to address the situation. Because we keep on giving WADA the assurances that the PS and the CS are engaging the National Treasury, but just they also want to come and engage with us just to understand the reason behind the budget cuts and to see how they can also be of assistance. Yes. $1 million for athletics. So the tests can go on for athletics once we get the funding. However, remember, the people who are doing the work are the permanent staff. They have no salaries. Are we expecting them to come to the office, to go to work with no salaries? How are they even coming to the office? Do they have transport to come to the office? Because they are not entitled to the official vehicles. And you have not eaten.
You have not eaten.
Yes.
You don't have transport to take that relief food.
Yes, so one affects the other, unfortunately. As the chairman has said, we cannot pay salaries from this 650. The sports fund does not allow that. And it's the government's duty to pay its staff salaries. Yes. So one will affect the other.
But why was it not?
Unfortunately, remember it's because World Athletics was going to sanction Athletics Kenya, specifically. And that is why Lord Sebastian Coe came to talk to His Excellency the President. And it was on the basis of that, just so that Kenya can escape that ban for that time, that the President promised $5 million to the Athletics Enhanced Program. It's specific to athletics, and World Athletics are monitoring this program. So you cannot mix the two. You cannot mix the two.
I think so that you understand.
Been having discussions with my peers almost on a weekly basis. In fact, 2 weeks ago, I think we were in meetings the whole week, just discussing about budgets. The ADAK budget specifically for me. We have also had discussions with both the PS and the chair of the Parliamentary Committee on Sports, Honorable Dan Wanyama. He is aware. Actually, he is the one and the PS who fought for us to even get the 20 million. Initially, our budget was nil. So they are the ones who fought, and hence we've been allocated 20 million from the National Treasury. They are still going on with the negotiations. I know Honorable Dan Wanyama has engaged the Parliamentary Committee on Budgets, and I know my PS has engaged his counterpart in the National Treasury. The CS who has come in is aware. We have engaged with him, and he is also engaging his counterpart at the National Treasury. And we are hopeful that something will happen. Hopefully in the supplementary budget, we will get some allocation. We are not sure how much we will get. All we are asking is that the National Treasury considers to reinstate our budget to 288 million. Thank you.
Well, I would say that we are not visible. We are visible. Perhaps it's the range of visibility which could be the problem, in the sense that those who are our stakeholders are the sportsmen, sports support personnel. Now, if you were to ask that particular community, they will tell you that ADAK is very visible. Today, I don't think there are any sportsmen who have not interacted with ADAK. On the issue of the general population of the country knowing about the activities of ADAK, yes, we are mainly known for the bad news. When somebody is being banned or being sanctioned, that's when you'll hear about us. But in terms of when educational programs are taking place, when other engagements are taking place, the public may not hear for the simple reason that, number one, it is a targeted audience that we reach. We engage members of the public in the sense that when we want the general community to be aware of the problems of doping, we do engage wider, not just the sportsmen, but even the communities. So if you were to go to an area where there are sportsmen, you'll be told that yes, they are aware, they have engaged. The Rift Valley, for example, is an area where even people in churches know about ADAK, because we engage them even in churches, the chiefs' camps, so that they can be able to monitor their own children, their athletes, and be conscious of when they think they're doping or when they think they are into some activities which don't support their athletics activities. So there are communities who are very aware of ADAK's activities. Perhaps in areas where sports is not played out, you may not be aware of ADAK. But if you were to go to any sporting event, you will always see a tent, very well branded, telling you this is where ADAK is. The sportsmen will see it, they will know, and those who have been sensitized will know. But as far as the general public is concerned, you will only know us when you hear we're announcing about somebody who was caught doping. And I agree with you that perhaps we need to tell you more, which we have started. If you've been watching TV lately, I think we've had these officers here appear on TV to explain about the whole environment of anti-doping, testing, education, investigations, and so on.